Alrighty. We finished up with one last night. I was pretty happy with. That's this one that we finished up. It's got to be filled up with some beads. But otherwise, I mean, it's done. It will, once it's full, it will be a ball shape looking kind of thing. So for tonight, we're gonna make triangles. That's our goal. We need 32 more triangles in order to, 32? Yeah, 16 triangles per ball. 32 triangles in total. And hopefully we will get 3 juggling balls out of it. I think I have enough material here that I'm sorting out. Hey Peg, how you doing? So tonight we're just gonna make up I go the wrong way. It turns into a sheet weave. Look at that. It's crazy. Doing good tonight. Have a new lightsaber to play with. Sweet. My stream keeps stopping and starting back up. Yeah, I am having internet trouble. I did not get down here in time to figure out what is going on with the Wi-Fi. Let me know if that continues. Got 2 notifications saying it's happened. We had 3 last night. So hopefully one more internet issue and then we'll be good to go. Cross your fingers. Don't hold your breath. Get all this little stuff out of the way. We'll probably make a triangle out of that. And all of these pieces. Now that we have the experience of making this, right? We know what the triangle should look like. This had 2 sides that we connected together, and one side ended up being get a triangle like this, and then try and make sure it was a complete 12-row Trinity triangle. And then I was screwing it up at the top, and I was making some European 4-in-1 triangles that were not, they weren't the same as all the rest of the triangles, right? Hey John, hey Kevin. Quality's kicking up and down. Okay. I will focus on that tomorrow to make sure that my internet is 100% good to go. I apologize for that. If it continues, please let me know. See, now that is incorrect. That's okay. 1, 2, 6, 10, 12. Didn't even have to do anything to this one. That's one ready to go. Except, what is going on there? Interesting. Okay. We're going to put that one to the side because that needs a whole lot more work than I'm willing to invest into it. All right. So we have 3 juggling balls once they're all connected together. If we can make a 4th, that'd be great. I'd love to have 4 balls. Said no man ever. I'd love to be able to make 4, but I don't think I'm gonna pull that off. Okay. Have I ever heard of anyone making a hat band? Yeah, I have. Would you like to see my hat band? I can go get it. It's right over there. Somewhere. Alright, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. No, seriously, give me an excuse to show it off. Alright. Like this comment one time, and I will show you my hat band. Alright, give me a sec. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Let's get out of the way. These are my very favorite steampunk goggles. There's a fun story behind those. They're handmade. And they're signed by the artist, which is really cool. So I don't know, you know, I mean, I'm assuming you're asking if anyone has made a chainmail hat band. Let's do this. And there it is. A few months back, you recall someone posting about a dozen styles on a cowboy hat and a few bolo styles. You can think a couple different weaves for a good hat band. Those goggles are awesome. They're ridiculous. So this, if I can get the inside of the hat in here, had a band on it that was laced through those holes right there. And the chainmail's strapped on with this leather cord, right? And yeah, these goggles, they're ridiculous, right? These come away from the lens, right? There. Signature is I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It's right there. I don't understand how cameras work backwards. All right, so fun story about these goggles. I was looking for steampunk goggles on eBay, and hey Kat, how you doing? I found these amazing goggles, right? Of the goggles available on eBay, these were by far the coolest ones I had found. And I was like, okay, well, I'll put, you know, I'll put a bid in on them. And then a second bid, and maybe a third or a 10th or a 30th bid. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. But before I understood how eBay worked, I was clearly bidding against the guy selling them, right? I know that now. I won't do that again. So I ended up paying an inordinate amount of money, which is what the artist wanted. And I will be 100% honest. Can I read the signature? Where'd it go? Ted Sweet, TEDSW. I think the last time I looked at his website, he had like a bunch of wooden sunglasses up. So if they're anything like these, I would expect them to be awesome. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. This is ridiculously heavy. So in order to avoid a headache, I'm gonna take them off. For a hat band, it's cool, but it's entirely not, it's not practical at all. And actually, I think the rings I'm working with are the same. No, those are a bit smaller. So the rings I'm working with right now are the early 18 gauge 3/16 square wire stainless from TRL, right? I think. Wow, what did I just do here? That was awful. Screwed that one up, didn't I? Really screwed that one up. Oh god, okay. I'm just gonna separate this out now because it'll be easier. He tells himself as he struggles to figure out the reality of the situation. Okay, we're clearly missing a ring here. Few rings, actually. You know, Pierce, really, okay, don't get me wrong, I love Frank, I do. He's been a great camera. And getting a new camera has been a goal for a while. He was good to get me started streaming. But, you know, I clearly, in order to do this kind of work, get good quality pictures and all of that fun stuff, I, you know, obviously need something better. I need one in titanium for weight reduction. Absolutely. You know, okay. You're working on a hat band. The rings are 20 gauge, 5/32. Nice. Yes, absolutely show it off when you're done. We're at here. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. What's going on here? Why don't these match? That's the question. John's theory here. Oh, you know what? No, I see what the problem is. I didn't line them up correctly. This little triangle here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11. So that does. Okay, so all the rows match up until the 11th, which means that I need to add a row along the side. That makes sense. Oh, and here's another problem. Oh my gosh, okay, this is ridiculous. All these rings on this edge. These rings over here, this side of the triangle are Trinity. The rings on this edge are European 4 and 1. Okay, we're moving on. That's a big part of the reason why that was not working. Okay. We're going to try pulling a triangle out of this piece. Okay, much more successful this time. I just grabbed like the right wrong ring last time, and half the side of the triangle came apart. Not, you know, it is what it is. I'll fix it later, or I won't. I don't know. Okay. Eight, 10. Okay. I can deal with a row of 10. I can. Or a triangle of 10. You're just adding 2 more rows on simultaneously. Your last stream, you did nothing but open rings. And this one, you're not. Feel like you spend more time sorting the pile, almost like reworking used rings. So I tried to tumble a bunch of rings that I was never going to use for any project, unless I could get them like cleaned up, right? So there's about a pound and a half of various sizes of rings, different materials, different ring sizes, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna wait. I just want to tumble this all together right now. And I had a bin about, okay, so these are the like lunch meat tins from oh freaking, I forget the brand. You can find them in your local grocery store. Usually have a red top on them. Excuse me. But Hillshire Farms, that's what it's called. So I had one of those full of various sizes of rings, various diameters, various gauges, and I put them all into the tumbler very early on when I got the tumbler. And I just tumbled them for like 3 or 4 days. And I took what I could out of it, and I think I've used most of it since then. None of the titanium came out in that batch. It was all useless. So I had to sort through a pile of that stuff, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever done. It was very tedious, very time consuming. It's to get 2 matching triangles that we can sew together for our next juggling ball. But yeah, I just had this giant pile of rings that I was sorting through. It was quite ridiculous. A lot to take off on this one. Gotta get started somewhere. If it's anodizing, why the harsh tumbling at all versus gentle washing? Oh, because they were TRL anodized titanium, and I don't know how current, anodized titanium from TRL works, but these would, anytime you opened or closed them, they would lose their color in these very large spaces. So I could not, in good conscience, make anything with them because all the color kept disappearing out of them every time I bent one open. And so I have not ordered any titanium. One of those things that stopped me from finishing the Raiders inlay, it stopped me from finishing the Finnegan's Wake inlay, the green, gold, and silver one I have here next to me. So I shouldn't have taken it as hard as I did. I thought, you know, the problem was with me. I couldn't get the right color rings ordered. Was I ordering yellow? Was I ordering gold? You know, and then I got the titanium rings and they didn't work out. So I got pissed and I stopped ordering from them for a long time. Even now, I ordered some 18 gauge 5/32 the other day just to find out that they don't do they're not the same ring size as what I ordered, you know, however long ago. Now you're hungry? Nice. Your understanding is titanium is a surface molecular change, does not make it smooth at all and feels like 8K sandpaper to me, so tumbling them would only sand them into themselves. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what happens. In order to remove the rest of the color, I would like to try some ceramic, and that might make them gray, but usable for something. You can re-anodize them, but I don't have any equipment to anodize stuff, and I'm not that particularly worried about it. It was money spent a long, long time ago, so I was just trying to make them usable, and I dumped everything into one container and called it a day. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Rust remover. Yeah, I mean, some chemical treatment would probably do it just as well. Strip the color, full anodizing layer out. Yeah. Anodize nice blue, yellow, and green with just some 9-volt batteries and some stainless wire. I believe it. I mean, I could sit here and figure it out, but I currently have other priorities right now. I would love to take a deep dive into welding and anodizing rings. That is just not in the cards right now. Right now, I need to get the stream back up and going. Get into a habit of getting down here every night. Making sure that I'm spending at least an hour on making something. And then from there, move on to more business-oriented projects for MailleWerX.com, but one of the things I'm looking forward to is we have plus-size leggings, right? And I'm looking to get into a few other plus-size projects. Some hoodies and some t-shirts and whatnot. A couple other things. I'm excited about that. Plus, I need to make some new designs. I just finished up that unicorn rainbow design the other day. But that was kind of cheating. It was kind of in like the back pocket. It was on the back burner for a long time before I finally finished putting it all together. Here we go. Let's see here. Okay. Isosceles triangle number 3. Right. Where is my canoe beer? I got a beer right here. You could be sanding a knife or anodizing some scales, but you're weaving titanium instead of rebuilding your PC. It's another thing. I'm considering another PC build. Considering it heavily. And I'm also considering selling some parts. Some computer parts that haven't been used. I should probably just sell them. All they're doing is sitting around. I think I did this correctly. Come on. There, I've got a ridiculously powerful motherboard and its processor that I ended up not using. I thought I needed it for a specific project. Turns out I did not need it. And so I can either start another computer with it or move on to something else. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. I don't know. I think I'm just going to end up selling them because the two computers I have use far too much electricity as it stands right now. Maybe if I get some inspiration, I'll build a third computer. And also, with the current price of hardware, I don't know if anyone has looked at it, but all of it is just through the roof right now for specialty parts. All right, that's 4. That's 1/2 of 1. 12 to no. 28 to go? That can't be right. Hang on. Yeah, no. 4, 8. Yeah, 28. 16 triangles per juggling ball. Right? All right, 4 triangles in 38 minutes. That makes me feel a little bit better about myself. 10 minutes per triangle isn't that bad, you know? That was not the right ring to put in there. Uh-oh. Something's going on upstairs. Sounds like my son is stomping around. He's a giant behemoth of a 7-year-old. When he stomps, he shakes the whole freaking house. Alright, we're gonna try and pull this triangle out and see if we can figure out what's going on in the end there. Quite a fun day today. Had my very favorite bitchy, scaly-legged patient that is completely non-compliant with her treatment, and then continues to suggest that it's my fault for her health condition. That was a fun conversation today. Do you ever meet someone that won't own up to their actions? It's like, lady, I didn't put you here. I had nothing to do with you being here. Oh no, that was correct. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. Cool. I got to drive around a lot today. That was fun too. A lot of charting left to do. I figured I think at home, normally I'm home between like, I don't know, 11 and 1. But some of my patients are pretty far removed from my current, from my house. Are you wrong for being offended when folks say that you make jewelry? I don't know. I make jewelry. As opposed to what? You make jewelry as opposed to what? Chainmail? Like, I'm just gonna guess that's where you're going with this. Just because it is chainmail doesn't mean that it's not also jewelry. And my favorite historical example that has thousands of documented pieces of evidence that would assure even the most it would ensure the greatest Thomas the Doubter, okay? And that is Byzantine, okay? Byzantine is as old as chainmail, period, right? You don't get chainmail without Byzantine. As far as I understand, and don't take my word for it, it was created somewhere in the Arabian Peninsula, right? But it is just as historically well documented as any type of the earliest chainmail pieces from the Etruscans. Jewelry has jewels. Well, I mean, I consider that jewelry. It has some stainless beads on it, but I don't. How are you define? If you're defining jewelry with as having jewels, then a lot of what you wouldn't consider what a lot of people wear, like a plain chain, as jewelry, right? In true honest warrior fashion, would you trust your life to butted if riveted was an option? Would I personally? Start with armor, you do agree when asked if it's jewelry, you guess the response is it riveted? Well, you know, fair enough. I don't know. Okay, so hang on a sec. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is okay. That's the correct number of faces. All lines up. Okay. Are we at 5? We're at 5. That's not too bad. Can we get a 6th? So there are historical examples of butted mail. Like, full stop. Okay. So butted mail is historical chainmail armor. Is there a lot of it? No. Is most of it riveted? Yes. But, and it's a big but, butted mail is a historical form of chainmail. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a historian, and, you know, this is just from what I understand. Okay. So if you're making butted mail, and people are telling you you're just making jewelry, then I would honestly say that I don't think they know what they're talking about. Pronunciation of chainmail argument, right? Is it mail? Is it chainmail? Is it CHAINMAIL or MAILLE, or is it just MAILLE? It's an argument that you're not going to find resolution to with people who are certain of what they think they know. Right. Are the welded chainmail wheels that the Ringlord made for the Mars Explorer, is that real chainmail? Right? Are the giant curtains that Oh, what the hell's the guy's name? Like Coatmail, or he makes these giant plastic. Okay, so this is the guy that worked on the set of The Ring Lord with Weta. Weta Film Productions, Weta Costume Shop, something. WETA. And he's responsible for all the chainmail that they made for the Lord of the Rings movies. Anyway, he makes these giant curtains that are used to help cool skyscrapers, right? Like, is that real chainmail? You know, I mean, I'm not. Is it jewelry? Is it armor? I'm not gonna have that discussion with someone. Um, it depends on the piece I'm making. Should you be offended by it? No, I wouldn't be. If someone is trying to diminish your work and compartmentalize it into something they want you to compartmentalize yourself into, then yes, I would be offended. Does that make sense? But a mail is good for boulders, patches, or hidden areas, but full combat, not ceremonially mail is riveted. Today the huge, I mean like 4-gauge curb chains is the big thing in the jewelry market today. Which nation of armor is being discussed? What its cultures are for the parts and suits of the armor used? Good answer for today. Definition of chainmail is it's a mesh of rings. That's it. Yeah, and it's one word. It's CHAINMAIL, and that is the Google SEO search word for how the layman spells it. That's, people can sit there and argue about, you know, what the correct pronunciation, correct spelling, correct, you know, yada yada yada, whatever. Okay, but language evolves, and the people that are just trying to figure out who makes a chainmail condom near them that they can purchase, or a chainmail bikini top, those are the two. Last I checked, those were the two most searched terms under chainmail. Like, that's how language has evolved, and that is what sets the standard. That's why yeet is in the dictionary. That's why YOLO is in the dictionary. I mean, you know. Like, I would only be offended if someone was trying to take what I was doing and make me feel diminished by their definition of what I was doing, right? That has happened. Okay, cool. Oh my goodness, my eyeball. It is not, I don't know. I have long since dropped the how to spell chainmail, how to say chainmail argument. I would not even tolerate is it jewelry or is it armor type of question. I would just remove that person from my life instantaneously. I wouldn't even think about it. Like, I do not have time for this obtuse of a discussion, right? What is the piece I'm making? I'm making a fucking juggling ball. Okay, is it chainmail? If you want it to be. It's made of metal in tiny little rings and produced in the same manner, in a similar manner as chainmail. So, I mean, I personally would count it, but you know, you do you, boo. Chainmail equals I will send you hate mail in return. Chainmail, we can be friends. Always hate that a pyramid scheme. Yes, you make schemes with your rings. You hate those that say if it's not welded, it's not real jewelry. What do they think of beaded jewelry? Like, I don't know. People get crazy with their expectations of how other people should perceive things, and I'm just not gonna play that game. I don't care enough. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. Like, I have seen the question and the discussion and the arguments and the people who get hyper emotional about it on many forums. Guys, you know, it's just not whatever you want it to be, man. I just open and close rings. Sometimes it makes something cool. Sometimes it does not. I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, I end up with something cool. There's no science behind this next statement, okay? This is just an observation, a personal observation of mine, but there's a strong correlation between the people that will engage in is it jewelry or armor debate, and is it chainmail or mail or, you know, whatever, right? These are the same types of people that you see, you know, in a 2,000 or 3,000. Whoa. That was weird. These are the same types of people that you see in a comment thread, you know, with 3,000 and 4,000 comments on it in a political debate that, I mean, it goes nowhere. They just want to argue with someone. Right? And don't get me wrong, I've been that guy. I just grew out of being that guy. Took me a while to realize it, but I can have those conversations. But if you look at anything political that I posted, there's a lot of people that I don't even respond to. And it's like, and then, you know, I give up. I let them win. It's not important enough for me to it's not important enough for me to make them feel like I'm right. Like, that's never gonna happen. So I personally don't engage in it. In that particular question. But good question. Good question. You make pretty things in metal that give folks new fetishes with tactile feelings. He touched her with tactile feelings, and she got all tactile. I don't know. Maybe there's something there to that. She had a new tactile fetish from her tactile feelings. Oh. Anyone who sits down and figures this stuff out, you know, like, there's a learning curve, there's a level of intelligence required to figure it out. It's not for everyone. It's never going to be made by everyone. You know, as much as I would love to convince the world that chainmail is the greatest thing on earth, which I'm currently on a, you know, one-man crusade to do just that. I'm not going to argue with people about it. Here. Oh, shit. Sorry. I didn't realize my camera wasn't on. Is this chainmail? It's like one of those not tau, less 1 hour sleep kind of things. It's a rigid structure. Pretty much. Closures are shit, right? Oh. Lack of music. I'm so sorry. I've been on this, like, not turning on the music kick for a couple streams now. Blues by Sean tonight, freestyling. Mail has been the most grounding thing you have ever learned in your life. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's been with me for, let's see here. Oh, I don't know. How old am I? 25 years now. Right? And I am never going to be the best chainmail artist in the world. There are people who outpace me constantly, who have better ideas, who come up with better projects, who can afford better materials, can think of something and then just make it, you know? But it has absolutely, from being a hyper stressed out, you know, PTSD ridden individual, and you know, I took all that energy and I made it into this. All the stuff that we've made on the stream, all the stuff I've made before. Three rows, really? Okay, it's just short. I mean, okay, here's a fun. Fuck no, that was wrong. Jesus, what did I just do? Put that ring back where you found it. Right now. Took out the wrong ring is what I did. Okay. I think this will fix it. Oh man. I'm taking off the wrong edge here. There. Still a newbie and have lots of growing to do. I mean, there's a never-ending supply of ideas and challenges, and it's just, you know, there's no format, right? You can do whatever you want with it. You can take it in any direction you want. You know, it's like, is black and stainless titanium real chainmail rings? You know, are anodized aluminum or anodized titanium or niobium or whatever, those real chainmail rings? You know, doesn't matter to me personally. What do we add? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're gonna have to add a lot to this one. Make what the muses demand or sleep will wait till the evil day star winks. Yeah. The evil day star. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, literally, there are this than me. They have much more innovation. I don't think I could ever do what they do. They've taken their chainmailing skills and ran with it, you know? Wait, who's the... Okay, Amanda Sanford? I think she... Wayward and Whimsical Designs or something like that. Makes a lot of dragons, okay? figurines. My point has been well made. Okay, I mean, I can shut up about it now. I'm just, you know. Let's see here, what time? Oh, we're at an hour 3. Let's finish this up. Last little. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, well, that's incorrect. There we go. Yeah, I do have a tendency to drone on. If high standards, rightly so, with the giant shoulders, I am to climb alone and stand, push my next kin up the mountain of success. Greek mythology, the muses are the demi-goddesses of inspiration. Oh, what are muses? They're... that I would dream about weaves and solutions to problems that I started having these. I would just come up with a solution as I was going to sleep. It would work. Most of the time it did not, though. And I think I'm at the point where I'm in a